past the science in terms of look. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in it. Like stuck. I'm all the way live though. All the way, 100% for guys who think I'm holy. I'm righteous. I'm righteous, brother. Don't teach, you in violation. You in violation of the law of just mathematics. So I mean the law of mathematics, I mean the law of everything around you. Because everything that's around you does what? It reproduces. From a tree to a dog, everything is going to reproduce after its own what? Its own kind. So if you're a productive person, you're supposed to reproduce what? Productive people around you. And if you have people around you that's not productive, then something's wrong with you. All right? And you might not be as productive as you think you are. So at the end of the day, you got to show, means that you got to present it and you got to prove, which means that you have to show that what you present is actually going to be carried out. You know, all you got to do is show and prove who you are and be who you are. You are alive, be. All you got to do is be God. If you spend more time talking about any type of devil, black devil, white devil, whatever kind of devil, you know what I'm saying, more so than talking about God, your math is wrong. Your math is wrong. Ain't devil not in my math. God is in my math. You know what I'm saying? So that's supposed to be the root in terms of, you know, how you live and everything out. You know what I'm saying? But some people get focused on building about this devil, that kind of devil, instead of talking about black man and God, you know, and doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And then deals with the understanding born to be. That's how you can tell if a person's understanding has been born. You know what I'm saying? Is that you'll see it in their ways and their actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, with all original people, you're going to be able to find all these different types of phenotypes expressed. The dominant and the recessive. You'll find somebody with light eyes, that's original. You know what I'm saying? You find somebody with straight hair, that's original. You know what I'm saying? Those are still recessive traits. You know what I'm saying? So that's the brown germ. And the black germ is all the dominant traits. But the white germ is the sum total of all the recessive traits. So that's when you have everything, like the white skin, the straight hair, you know, the blue eyes, you know, all that kind of stuff. That's the white germ, you know what I'm saying? But the white germ and the brown germ are not the same. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying that in the culture degree, when they first went in the city, causing trouble amongst the righteous people, they weren't savage.
They're just doing what they do.
They're doing what they're doing. But when they were marched across the hot Arabian desert, and then when they were put into Europe in the caves and everything, that's when they lost all knowledge of self and became savage. Started living a beast way of life. You see what I'm saying? So you're right. It's a process of genetics, and then also, you know, it's nature and nurture. You know what I'm saying? Which is why ain't no such thing like that. Because it's nature, the genetic foundation, and nurture. You know, put in an environment by which, you know, certain things are brought out. You know what I'm saying? As I always say, Yaakov was the teacher, Musa was the mentor. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's how it's always lived out. But that's why you don't want to de-emphasize what the devil is. You know what I'm saying? He's just not someone that you know, slept with your girl. That's just not the devil. You might want to beat him up.
That's what they be doing. They like see something, black person do something bad, and they automatically say, but that's not devil. I'm like, yo, you just trying to find something to go along with your opinion or something. But they ain't dealing with nothing that's like actual, that you can really look up, break it down, like, wait, they're dealing with their opinion.
When we build on it, when we talk about them, we talk about the individual, we also talk about their whole civilization. What they did has not been freaking reproduced by any group of people. I will expose the history of white people on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? And I have no problem eventually ever getting to the point of, you know, showing and proving that the black man is God. You know, but like I said, I find that with different people that there's a subconscious fear, you know, to not, you know, like, okay, the worst devil is the black devil. So, you know, the white man's devil, you know, it's okay because we the worst devil. That don't even make logical sense. Being alive, you make history. You know what I'm saying? Everything we do, we make history. You know what I'm saying? So that puts that active element in terms of what you're responsible for in your circumference. You know what I'm saying? When you do the knowledge, the thing in terms of, we don't just isolate knowledge by itself. Knowledge has to go from what? From knowledge to born to add a cipher. You know what I'm saying? So we are making history. Knowledge of self involves like your health. Like if your health ain't right in that, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be effective in your circumference. There ain't no reason why nobody that understanding knowledge needs to be dying from diabetes in this day and time. You know what I'm saying? Like I had old uncles who in their old ages, you know, get stuff amputated and stuff because of diabetes. When you die because you're 31, that means that you are really not like, you know, concerned with your health at all levels. You know what I'm saying? And then also in terms of us, you know, when we go to 85%, many times they have to be detectable to the naked eye with them. We might be able to detect things with the third eye understanding, but for them it has to be taken to born and detectable with the naked eye. So when you come to them, you have to come many times in the form and fashion of what they see as supreme. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, right. You can't be mediocre. You gotta say it down and see truth. You know, people can't be being mediocre stuff. A lot of people like to be mean, like become real average. God ain't average. God's a supreme being. What is a nation? All right, you take nation back to its root. You know, you're just having something that you're born into. All right, that's all that nation means. All right, so you have to be mentally born in this nation. All right. So that's the whole process by being born into a nation. A nation doesn't necessarily mean that you have all these other elements that people identify with nations. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are like, well, you need land to be a nation. You need, you know, a government to be a nation. A nation just means that you're born into something. You know what I'm saying? That's why a certain child, when you have a particular child, if you're Puerto Rican and you in Puerto Rico and you have a child, that child is Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big thing they got to do to show and prove that they Puerto Rican. You know, because they were born into it. All right. Now you have responsibilities in your nation. All right. Once you're born into it, you know. So what makes us nations is that we do what? We share a common culture, a common way of life. You understand what I'm saying? If you're dealing with somebody, like I said, let's take the Puerto Rican example. You're dealing with somebody who's Puerto Rican. You know, they're going to be eating similar food, right? They're going to have certain similar mannerisms. All right. It's the same way in dealing with this nation. You're going to have a similar what? A similar language, which we have mathematics. You know, you're going to have you know, a similar way by which you conduct yourself, which you move throughout, you know, the whole atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? So, as I said, nation just means that you're born in something, and we are mentally born in it. But that also builds in terms of, it takes it back to the foundation of what this nation was about. You know, like brothers just weren't sitting around and quoting degrees together. They were living their lives together. You know what I'm saying? So they were learning martial arts together. You know, they were, you know, going to different jobs together. You know, physical brothers got the knowledge together. You know, friends got the knowledge together. So they did things together. So the more things that we can do together, the more that we stay together. You know what I'm saying? As a community, as a nation, as a family. Like, you know, my son was up here this summer, and, you know, the guys that were here, like, they see him grow up. You know what I'm saying? Since he was, you know, all the way, you know, to now, you know what I'm saying? So it's comfortable because, you know, when I had to work, the guy's like, oh, we watch it out. You know what I'm saying? Or when something, you know, he knows who to go to when something was to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? And he trusts in that. He understands that. And he's able to identify who's true and living. You know what I'm saying? By the example that was given to him, not just by me, but by the guys of Earth and Disciple. You know what I'm saying? And that's important because, you know, no man, quote unquote, is an island. Or we know what happens when people isolate themselves on islands. You know what I'm saying? Bad things happen. You know what I'm saying?